So this is what? This is the lightning round.
These are the questions from...
These are questions that we received from online.
Oh, shit.
From other bands or fans or whatnot.
Yeah, it was just Josh and Brian.
Okay.
It's just Josh and Brian.
Josh and Brian. They should have just came to.
Yeah,
honestly.
They could have been right here asking to say the damn questions.
Could have gave him a microphone and made it dramatic.
So this is just as direct answer as you can.
Yeah, concise.
All right.
Concise answers to
Concise.
This one's for Will. Why did Will cut his hair, and has it helped in his search for a career?
Pass.
You can't do that. Answer the damn question.
I plead the fifth. No comments. That's my answer. No, that's my answer. No, I'm not answering that. You can't make me.
Well, I can.
He can't answer that question because he was fucking drunk when he got his haircut. He doesn't know how that
Well, no, I got
happened.
2 different haircuts.
Well, because it was Mohawk
Because I got the short
The Chuck
trim.
Dukowski.
Yeah. No, I'm not answering that question. Use the pass one. Or no comment, or I plead the fifth, or
You just
all
got
of them.
gypped. You just
Who was
sent
that,
us
Brian?
a question for
Brian.
nothing, Brian.
Okay, I got an answer for Brian. Is it rolling?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Hey, Brian, I didn't want you to look like me. Fuck you, Brian.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
I heard they killed Brian on Family Guy because they didn't like you.
But he's coming back. But he is coming back.
You're a mean man.
this one's
Use all of anything that I've said in the
Okay.
last 5 minutes.
I'll probably cut it into like one answer. I will
Extended
plead
version.
Bobby.
What tone would you recommend for the '90s rock thing that you got going on?
What tone would I?
I don't know what. I don't think I'm just reading it.
Jazz Master.
How I get my sound is recently it's changed up, but I mean for years all I used was neck position out of a '62 reissue Jazz Master into a JCM 2000 Marshall head. I mean you'll get that like somewhat Nirvana, somewhat like early Geffen era Sonic Youth sounds. Recently I've moved to clean out of the head and through just a Boss Super Overdrive and a Seymour Duncan Tweak Fuzz and then just a Boss Delay. Clean you get sort of a surfy, jazzy country sound, really twangy. And then it grits up really quick. I don't know. I roll back treble and bass and crank the mids, which is a little counter to what a lot of people do. Not a huge fan of like the crunchy guitar, the chugga guitar sound, like the typical like V scoop. I like more mid range. I just think it comes from a lot more jazz and country. Essentially, I want to play Dwight Yoakam and Wes Montgomery songs, but I want to play them at 11, and I think that's more the sound I go for more than like the '90s grunge or alternative sound.
Was that Brian?
Yeah.
Taylor, I did.
Yeah.
Brian, you don't own an amp.
I didn't know that, but that's pretty funny.
No, he does.
Oh, okay.
Alright, one more for Brian and 2 for Josh.
Wait, one more from Brian?
One more for Brian.
Okay, who's the
Last
more?
one. What exactly did you see as yes for your new album? Who owned the Magic 8 Ball that saw it, whatever it was, as yes?
The answer's not yes. What are you talking about?
The name of the new album.
Oh wait, did he just say yes? Or did he say yes, I said yes?
What exactly did you see as yes for your new album?
The
He's
album
asking
title.
who owned the 8 Ball and what was the question that we asked.
The album. It came from. It's sort of like
There's no 8 ball.
Well, there's an 8 ball there. Will did a drawing, and I was like, we should use that because it's sort of like, it reminded me of the Wish You Were Here cover, just weird because it's a squid man with an 8 ball man. And as I see it, yes, is one of the responses an 8 ball gives?
Yeah, like half of my problem with the Magic 8 Ball is
You have problems
statistic.
with everything.
Yeah, no. Statistically, you will get more like go ahead answers out of the 8 Ball than no answers. So there's a skew statistically for yes, go for it, whatever you want.
Yeah, because you should.
His
No!
problem
Master
is
Guard,
that
man,
toy
dig
is
it.
way too positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
You're
toy.
just a hater.
That toy.
247.
Well, think about
Life
that.
isn't positive.
Should I go bungee jumping?
Yeah.
As I see it, yes. Oh, what if I die?
Ask again later. That was my favorite.
But like, there's like 16 yes answers and 8 maybes or try agains, and then 8 no's. And it's kind of my whole skew on optimism because 8 balls are optimistic, and it's like, why? You're supposed to be a fortune telling thing. Why don't you have some? I don't know.
Why can't I put a quarter in you and wake up as Tom Hanks tomorrow?
Why not? Big.
Someday.
Dancing on a piano? Sneezing silly string?
Eating caviar. Banging old white women.
Having a giant trampoline in my apartment?
What was his job in that movie?
He didn't have one. He was
He was like a
kid.
well, like when he
He was mailroom something.
no,
wasn't he?
when he
How do you get that cool apartment?
when he
Magic?
got big, he ended up getting a job working for this company as like a toy designer.
Yeah.
Oh, because he's a kid at
Product.
heart.
Yeah.
Product.
Because the whole scene of
Tester,
him dancing on the
product.
piano happened with like the CEO of some big toy company.
Oh.
He became like a product tester or like something like that. It's been a while since I've seen that movie too. One of my favorites.
It's
I
a
just
fucking
remember
good
he
flick.
didn't like caviar.
Tom Hanks is
Yeah.
an excellent actor.
Supposedly, when you age, you grow an appreciation for bitter and salty
It
things.
was hilarious when he was eating the baby corn, like his real corn. He's like,
So much for short answers for the lightning
Yeah.
round.
slow ass lightning.
At what velocity through the Earth's atmosphere would a wax pig melt?
This is yours.
I don't know. Let's throw Bobby out of a rocket ship, or Brian out of a
Brian.
rocket ship, and see how.
Hi, Bobby.
Here, Bobby. Bobby's next to me.
Well, what is that?
That's not the guy I'm
I
talking
think the
about.
appropriate angle of approach to the Earth's atmosphere is, was it 23 degrees?
I'll go with it.
Fucking.
I don't remember. I knew at one point. So if you come in any steeper, you'll burn up. So I guess anything acute of 22 degrees, anything off 2 should get shot off into space because it's like a shield.
No. What speed though?
Yeah.
Speed. I don't really think speed's a factor. I think for every 150. Gravity acting upon a 150-pound person will propel them towards the ground at 95 miles per hour consistently without factoring in wind.
Joshua, be more clear with your questions.
Okay, last one. As a board-certified rocket scientologist, explain to me what a solid sun is.
It's solid sun.
Well, see, a solid sun, if we're actually going to explain it, John, is like what happens inside of a star's nucleus, or wow, did I say that right?
Nucleus.
Inside of it's spaghetti.
Inside, at the heart of the sun, there's
Heart of darkness.
a meatball, and that meatball is not made out of meat. It's made out of hydrogen and helium. And what happens is when hydrogen gets hot enough and so close together, it starts fusing and actually becomes helium. When helium starts colliding and ganging up on each other, it turns into lithium or whatever the third element is. And it keeps going in the core of the sun because you got all this heat and you've got all this pressure and gravity and electricity and all sorts of other random things. And magnetism? Is that what gravity and magnetism work in opposites, so they feed each other? And inside the
Magnetics is not anti-gravity.
No, I'm
It
not
can,
saying.
it
I'm
can
not saying
operate
it's.
counter to gravity.
I'm
but
not
it's
saying
not
it's
anti-gravity.
What did I say? Opposite.
You fool.
Shut up.
You a fool, boy.
Anyway,
I like
inside the core of the
Purple's
sun, you get all this endothermic or exothermic reactions that are happening. That's why you have all this radiation and stuff.
Bananas are yellow.
Anyway, you keep building and building upon that, and if you've got enough mass, you start this process, and it goes from exothermic to endothermic. And the second that happens, you have a supernova. And then, if your supernova is big enough, you'll collapse a star, and it will become a neutron star. And technically, it's so dense it could be a solid and not a plasma.
I'm gonna collapse my supernova into your chocolate star.
Okay, that's it.
Well, thanks for coming, Will. Get off my couch and get out of my life.
Get the fuck out of my house!
Yeah, that's fun.